Well, again, here we are staring at another hurricane season as all of us are still probably going through some level of recovery from Hurricane Ian. And while we hate to have a disaster in this community, I will tell you there's nothing better than seeing our community work together, our public and private partnerships, county and municipal governments, all working together to expedite the recovery and the cleanup as best as we possibly can. And listen, we have had great support from all of our partner agencies, and most importantly from our citizens in Collier County. We thank you for the patience. These events don't come easy. Folks forget that during Hurricane Ian, it wasn't just Collier and Lee County, which has a big comparison in terms of impacts from landfall, but 37 other counties in the state of Florida were also impacted by this storm event, putting a tremendous draw on state and federal resources. And I think fortunately, we managed that recovery fairly well. Remember too that we have been a little complacent maybe in terms of trying to emphasize or reinforce the message that storm surge is the real challenge during these events. A lot of these hurricane events in previous years have been windstorms, and we have not had that last minute turn on that right quadrant of the storm to generate the amount of storm surge that we saw during Hurricane Ian. And storm surge still is the killer. Our motto is we want to remind you to hide from the wind but run from the water. And it doesn't mean you have to evacuate to the Midwest. It doesn't mean you have to evacuate to Orlando. It just means getting away from that storm surge, flooding, inundation potential, maybe with family or friends well inland in Collier County. Discussions with the Hurricane Center this year, we think a lot of folks got a little fixated on that hurricane track that at one time was looking like it might wind up in Tampa or somewhere else. And look, don't focus on the dotted line, focus on the cone and focus on what the Hurricane Center is telling us all. If we're in a tropical storm watch, a hurricane warning, storm surge watches and warnings, we have got to take action on those buzzwords, those warning words that come out of the National Hurricane Center. And if we will work with you on timing, we'll do the very best that we can with the modeling, the forecasting, getting the government processes in sequential order so that we can start these local evacuations. But most importantly, nothing stops you from taking individual and family action early in advance with good planning. So again, listen to the local message, take this family preparedness, business preparedness planning seriously with your family. We now know from Ian, from storm surge inundation, power outages, when we used to talk about a 3 or a 5-day hurricane preparedness survival kit, we probably ought to be extending that to a 7-day kit because we don't know about particular power outages. Maybe we are impacted with more storm surge inundation that might impact our utilities, our response, and our recovery. So let's be prepared. A lot of great information at the Collier County's website. Monitor our emergency page, our Facebook, our Twitter resources. Go to ready.gov, but spend a few minutes, take a look at that information that we have out there, and most importantly, build that action plan.